Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Guys, how are you? What started as a simple idea to go somewhere hike in the during the Eid holidays has become something really exciting. This track is a historical track. It was built by the British in the 18th century when they started managing the forests of this area, and we really do not realize its value. It's called the Monro's Path, and Monro was a commissioner of the forests or some, and he created this Kagan Reserve Forest and forest management plans. These are working papers which are available in the government archives. So, so this was in 1905. How do I know that? I heard, I saw this. Uh, where is that image? Mm, yes, this one. I saw this image online and I found it. So I'm trying to dig into and find the person who made this, because this is a wonderful long track. It's actually hundreds of miles long, starting from Murray all the way to Kagan, Saif al Maluk Lake. But um, this one part which starts from Donga from let's say Nathia Gali and via Mushkpuri, Dagri Bungalow, it goes to Thandiani. Um, no, the real track does not go to Mushkpuri top. It circumvents Mushkpuri. Here is one reference. Uh, this one. There is the book 1992 book by Asia Study Group hiking around Islamabad. They have mentioned this track, and here is the track which starts from Nathia Gali or Nathia Gali or Tandiani, and it's 16-17 kilometers to Dagri Bungalow. This is Phalkot Rest House. Is actually Dagri. Dagri is a place nearby. This is the first leg of the track, and then on the second day you can march via Baran Gali to Thandiani. Many of you have done this. You are quite familiar with it. So I'll just try to focus on the historical importance of this place and this track, and especially the bungalow, how dilapidated it is, and how it needs to be preserved. It's still not that late. It can still be saved. It's a wonderful place. It can become an international attraction. You see this, here's the bungalow, one picture I took in 2012, I guess. They have solar, they have water heaters, some traditional water. It's far away. It's 6-7 kilometer day hours for a normal person, like fat person like me, but 3 or 4 hours for other hikers to get there. So not many people do go there, and I don't think any of the forest department people go to stay there, because it's inside there. It's not livable. I can show you some images, but you see rainwater harvesting, hot water. So it had there is an attic up there. It has that old colonial design. Our people made it. The Gora Sahib instructed our people, gave them the designs, and probably some Gora supervised it, and they built this place. It has been, now it's ruined. Now it's going into complete disrepair inside. From inside, this is how it is. But it used to have British era cutlery and beds and furniture and brass toilet accessories, those taps and things, which after 2005, after earthquake, it got really damaged, and that's ever since all those things have been destroyed. But it's a wonderful track. It's even as an abandoned bungalow or a haunted house. This can be kind of an exciting thing to go to. Uh, British wanted to get wood for building railway tracks and their cantonments in Ahmedabad and Murray and Rawalpindi. This was also important because of its strategic reason. They wanted to chart and map all the routes in the north as a part of the Great Game. This was important as a biological and you know surveys of plants and animals, and looking for minerals. So this dock bungalows were built in a sequence. Then Goras, they had this problem. They could they would they could not sustain the hot summers of India. So they love to spend their summer months up here in Natia Gali and tracking, hunting in this region. Usually they had mule and horse trains, and that's why they built this. All the major commissioners of the forest department and officers frequented this area, and probably their begums too, mem sabs, would have come, because it's a proper road. It's not an easy project. In those days it would have cost a lot to build this track, and it is still easily repairable and manageable. I have many images, but I'll just skip to the details about our own track. Many tourists still go to that area. These are some views of the track from the before the Mirajani. Here are some images of the great squirrel, flying squirrels of Dagri Bungalow. I saw this one. I recorded its baby cries. Wonderful experience. Wonderful views on both sides. You can see towards the Kashmir side from certain vantage points. This place is frequented by the Gujars, not just me, but also Gujars, other Gujars too. This is a view of Ahmedabad city from Dagri Bungalow, so you can expect to see a lot. Here's a leopard track. I've always seen leopard tracks whenever I go there. Also some wild boar tracks. So you got to be well prepared every time you go there, and you got to bring your garbage back. Have nice shoes, hiking shoes. I got mine made by hand, but they are rather too heavy, so I'm shifting back to the modern stuff. Okay, there are many campsites on the route where the Gujar families camp for the night. Right now, it's the season has passed. I guess they have already moved on to the higher pastures. These images are from an autumn season. Not very high quality, but they show that horses can easily go everywhere on this track, and with load. That's why I'm sharing these images. Here's an evening view. Looks like a haunted place, but it is a pristine forest. Very few people go that way, and it's quite untouched. It's a reserve forest. It's not a Guzara forest. So, and there are shikari people who come here to just kill randomly. We travel as in a very small group, 2 or 3 people every time. But this time we are planning something with a larger group, and you know what? There is a problem. We have to carry all that stuff, food and water especially is quite heavy, and that limits our time to enjoy the scenery and enjoy the activities there. So this time I thought, why don't we just hire some local porters, create some employment, and carry our amenities like food, sleeping bags, tents. Let them carry it, and we just film, photograph. We take different routes. We can explore that the mule route, which is probably abandoned. Khanzada Najam told me he's done it. You see this dotted line. This is Mirajani. So this dotted line transfers the bypasses the Mirajani mountain, and it's a more level route, though it's a bit longer, but much less tougher. So very good for the horses, and if the government can restore it, this can become a proper mule safari. Goras and their children would still be fascinated by these places, and we are. So many Pakistanis need to go there, because if we go there, we create employment. We can do plogging. We can do some a service to the environment, and if we do responsible tourism, Um, we can even contribute to whatever is damaged. We can repair it. We can at least be careful ourselves. Most of the tourists going there, they do not know. They're not well prepared, first of all. Secondly, they just don't know how to use toilet in the wilderness. They It's just about digging a small ditch, but so we can do it. We can do it better, and we can record it. We can uh, spread the word. We can let others know, and by practicing our own self and recording our own experience, we can create an example, and a lot of information. If we record that, and we somehow you know especially by social media, we can really raise awareness about this thing. This can be big for Pakistan as well. Um, so I've got a lot of points here. How we can manage food, what kind of food we should have, what menus we should have. Um, there are different types of trackers here. Some would like to travel free. Some would like to travel with all the facilities, everything provided. So we'll find a way in between. What about water? What about food? Menu, um, safety. What about expenses? Well, first make up your mind if you can do it now or anytime. Whenever there is a group, I'm ready to go. um, I'm ready to go multiple times. It can become like a series of tracks to different bungalows, and the same bungalow with different teams, so that every time we go there, we try to rebuild, protect, preserve, photograph, record, so that if there is a later attempt to preserve it, they know where each thing was. So it's always great fun, and there is always something in the surprise. Going on a hike is, you challenge yourself. You cut off from the routine life. You get some introspection. You get to meet new friends, build teams. I don't know if there is anything better to do than this. For me, all the work I do and all the money I make, I think it's worth is besides my family and my own personal life. This is living. This is worth it. This makes why a life worth living. So um, let's start building teams. We need people to take care of logistics. I have wonderful friends here. I would like to introduce all of you to each and everybody. Those even who are not going but who are watching. I'm really thankful to all your contributions, and I feel very excited that so many wonderful friends have shown interest. I'm looking forward to a wonderful experience, and I want to, ask you guys if you can bring your cameras, drones. What are those called? Those little cameras. GoPros, whatever technology you can bring, do bring it. Um, if there is, like, we have to buy some stuff for the camp, uh, especially some stoves, fuel, lighting, maybe some toilet and water carrying equipment. So I'd like to build a temporary toilet there so that we all have a decent time, um, and probably leave something behind. No problem. We can leave that temporary toilet and that ditch and that thing that I plan to build. So if I have one or two porters or more, and with volunteers, we can add and contribute something besides just enjoying the wonderful time. This is spring season, so there will be probably mushrooms, wild herbs, a lot of wildlife, um, good views. Skies would be clear. Hopefully, it's going to be a clear night. So stargazing, animal gazing. I wish to photograph. If somebody has camera traps, or I'm looking for a camera trap app for my mobile, so I can just leave that somewhere in the forest, and see if I can photograph some of the local leopards and other things that move around. Because this is a very unique island of ecological diversity, which is very vulnerable. It's not going to be there for long if we don't care. It's being destroyed very quickly. So, guys, see you on the track. Allah Hafiz.